many times I personally met the Vice Chancellor, the Rector, on the issue of security to these three students, especially the threat to these three students. And then after the the guns and the bullets were found in a bus, then also I met them and stressed on them, wrote a letter also that you should immediately provide for security or arrange for the security. So far nothing has been given to them. And in between our students are being attacked in many places, as you have heard. It's not impossible that in this campus somebody will not attack them, but they have not provided the security. Look at the urgency with which, and look at the the ruthlessness with which they implemented this kind of punishment, where the whole community is saying that this inquiry is questionable, and on the basis of this kind of an inquiry, on the basis of non-participation of the students in this inquiry, taking any decision will be questioned, and it's not right and proper for bringing back the normalcy in this university. We will stress these points again, and I would request the Secretary of JNUTA, Vikramaditya Chaudhary, to read out the letter. That we will take up many other demands, but the letter which will cover these aspects also will be read out by him.
To the Vice Chancellor, JNU, dear sir, the teachers of JNU once again come in front of your office to express their strong protest at the unacceptable attitude by the university administration under your leadership towards the functioning of the university. We can discern a clear pattern from the university administration's action, which indicates its preference for a highly discretionary and centralized system of governance over a democratic and norm-based practices. Indicative of this is the fact that the university administration has conveniently adopted a stony silence on the several concerns and issues raised by JNUTA. The decision to impose extremely harsh penalties without fair inquiry in relation to the event of the 9th February only serves to prove our point. The JNUTA pointed out the lack of credibility of the HLEC inquiry process at every stage since its inception and thereafter. It violated the principle of natural justice, leading to a situation where students did not or say could not even participate in the inquiry process. You have also been made aware of the fact that this need not have been the cause if the established norms and procedure of such inquiries had been followed by the university. The JNUTA's position has been vindicated by legal luminaries like Justice A.P. Shah, and this too has been brought to your notice in form of the detailed report of the Justice Shah public panel. That the administration chose not to address the issues raised and instead went ahead with imposing harsh penalties on students implies that it would rather make JNU a ruthless penal institution rather than an upholder of fundamental and foundational principle of running an university. Institutional sensitivity and effort to restore normalcy on the campus are buried in the whole exercise of, quote, teaching a lesson to the students, unquote. Fortifying this perception, it is extremely go-slow approach adopted with regard to the Paschimabad incident that took place barely 3 days after February 9 initiated. Neither has been the official notification been issued, nor do we know detail about how the inquiry is being conducted. Furthermore, the administration has refused to bring to book, after a thorough inquiry, also the HLEC, those guilty of bro-backing, making false allegation and harassment against Dr. Burton while he was discharging his assigned official duty as a hostel warden. The JNUTA is also deeply concerned by the attempts in different ways to browbeat and intimidate teachers, including their elected representatives in JNU EC and JNUTA. Sometimes these even take the form of administration promptly charging teachers or seeking explanation from them on the basis of unauthorized complaint from outside. The declaration of the Vice Chancellor's intention to alter the long-lasting method to adopt to appoint dean and chairperson is nothing but an attempt to strengthen the administration's control over teachers and the question the collective wisdom of faculty. The JNUTA has already raised its objection to this attempt and categorically stated that the administration's contention that leadership is important does not provide any rationale for discarding the principle of rotation based on seniority that JNU has followed since its inception. Deviation from current practice would most likely promote lobbying and infighting among colleagues with no public good to be served. Through our protest action today, we wish to urge the university administration to address the concern raised by JNUTA. To remind you of these concerns, we are including with this the letters, the several representations which has been placed before you over last 2 months without any substantial written response to most of them from your side. Further silence by the administration would mean that it is not sincere in bringing back the normal functioning to the university.